ILR3 on a Thursday night, and it is the Italian Grand Prix from Monza. Situated just half an hour from the hustling, bustling city of Milan, we arrive in the forests here at the Monza. And it's going to be another cracking race, isn't it? I'm joined, of course, by Paul McGuinness, and when it's two Scotsmen in the commentary box, Paul, we are landed, as always, with rain. We seem to drag it everywhere we go, don't we, Paul?
Yeah, definitely do. I think we've brought Storm Hector with us today, but yeah, hopefully it won't be as windy for these guys.
Yeah, for anyone wondering who does not reside in Scotland, yes, the Storm Hector hustled and bustled its way through the Scottish land today. So yeah, thankfully we have survived that, and we have now arrived in Monza with Storm Hector following us all the way, and it looks like the man that's riding Storm Hector in the best possible way is the Joker at the moment, a 1:31.276 as he gets the wind behind him and shoots to the top of the timesheet. So with 4 minutes to go, apologies we're a little bit late with the stream, but it is the Joker on top with a 1:31.2. Then Pagani in second, 1:31.4. Fat Slag, my favourite, he's my favourite, I love Fat Slag, 1:31.598. Ritson is fourth, Danny is fifth, TNB Wazi is sixth, FC Gran in seventh, then it's Acorn in eighth, Jack Gooding, the Messiah himself, the owner of ILR in ninth, Owen White 10th, and Mr. Stim is 11th. We've got Low Racer 12 and out of the session, TNB DW not yet to set a time, as is Little Peace, Carl Meds, Goody, Niccolo, and oh, that's an Italian name for an Italian circuit, Huberto Mancini. So there you go. That is the lineup at the moment with 3 minutes to go in the session, and there are a lot of them are in the pits. The rain seems to be spitting a little bit now, does it not? And are we going to maybe see a few cars out on inters? It certainly seems like it. And Fat Slag weighing his car down as he heads down towards Ascari with the intermediates on. Paul McGuinness, is it time for inters? It certainly looks like the rain's calming down, doesn't it?
Yeah, it seems that most of the field are out on inters now, so we could have quite an exciting end to Portland here.
Yeah, we should do. The times will begin to tumble, and the rain begins to abate. A lot of the ponchos on the grassy banks all around this Monza circuit beginning to be taken off. The umbrellas coming down in the grandstands of Tifosi, replacing those red umbrellas with red flags, Ferrari flags all over the place here in Monza as we watch Fat Slag head across the start finish line and head down towards turn one. It is a tricky one, especially in the wet conditions, to try and gauge your braking point, isn't it, Paul? You need to be so precise, and Fat Slag proves that. Off he goes, running wide over the sausage curb, and that pretty much ruins your lap right away, doesn't it?
Yeah, turn one's very, very crucial. It's really difficult to get that corner absolutely perfect, but as you see now, Fat Slag is a bit too late on the brakes, flouted the curb, and that's his lap abandoned. But with the track dry, he'll probably get another shot at improvement.
Yeah, he sure will. So plenty of time yet for Fat Slag. I'm sure he'll get round for another lap to get started, but currently third quickest at the moment, and there will be a chance to go again. In fact, he's coming to a halt now. Oh no! Uh-oh. He's had too much to eat, and now the car's coming to a halt. Oh, come on, there's got to be enough horsepower in that to get Fat Slag on his way. There's got to be enough horsepower. And there you go. Surely there is, as he gets back underway. As we now go back to the Joker, the man currently on pole at the moment. And he's on the intermediate tyre. We're going to see the times begin to tumble as he heads into that final corner. But not what he wants, Paul, to have a car directly in front of him, is it?
No, not, especially not in parabolic for 30 years. Hopefully he won't lose too much time from that.
Yeah, well the problem he has is FC Gran is on the wet tyre, and he's starting a flying lap. He's got no interest in coming into or getting out of the way, I wouldn't have thought. So this could be costly for the Joker if he doesn't clear him quickly. I don't think he's been affected so far. He would have been able to use FC Gran as a reference going into that first corner and keeping that toe at the moment. But interestingly, FC Gran pulling away out of that first corner, and maybe the wet tyre is still the best choice.
Maybe FC Grun's losing from.
Yeah, and at the same time, the Joker totally missing his braking point there down at the second chicane. So the Joker, surely that lap's invalidated. Pardon me, as we now go and watch Pagani start one as he comes out of that first chicane. Now heading through that long sweeping Curva Grande, that right-hander. Obviously back in the day, Paul, like many corners, famous corners in the Formula 1 calendar, it would have been a challenge, but not in these cars. 2017 cars absolutely flat out, and it has been flat out for a number of decades now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot easier than what it used to be. You're always we've seen the likes of Alonso and Vettel going side by side there, so it's definitely not as much of a challenge as it was back in the day.
It sure isn't, and tell you what, a challenge has been laid down by Wazzy. He's gone quickest of all, a 1:30.9, and that is a bit of a surprise at the top of the timesheets, I would think, given by the standings. I don't usually commentate ILR3, but Wazzy has gone quickest. What about the Joker? He stays second. He went quicker, but as we thought, he invalidated his lap. As we suspected, he did a 30.9 there as we go to Pagani, and the rear end's all over the place, and he's in the wall. The front wing is off, and it's game over for Pagani. Third at best, and I don't think it's going to get any better than that. But Wazzy, at the very least, has proven that the Inter is the tire to be on. Who else is furthest round the track? Danny has gone sixth quickest and seen the checkered flag. Anyone else out there furthest round the racetrack at the moment on one?
Fat slides on a lap just in the first garage.
Well, let's
TNBW in front of him.
Well, I'll stick with TNBDW at the moment, and as he comes towards the end of his flying lap, we'll get ready to cut to that man Fat Slag in a few moments' time. Let's see if we can pick him up on the right hand side there. Let's see if we can find him. Where is he? Fat Slag, there he is. But let's have a look for TNB as he comes up to the line. He goes 8. What does Fat Slag do? He goes no quicker than 4. At 1:31.4 it remains for him. What about Jack Gooding? He is heading through the Parabolica now. No improvement for his teammate Fat Slag. But what about Jack Gooding as he rounds the final corner, heads to the line? Is he going to propel himself up into the top 10? He is, up to 5th place for Jack Gooding, and he will be delighted with that. It's 4th and 5th for the two Reynolds, Paul McGuinness.
Yeah, that's Fat Slag's done a really good job for Jamie not being here, but we're not mentioning that. Yeah, definitely a good result for the two Reynolds, but Andy,
yeah,
good Ferrari on pole position.
Wow, there you go. The Italian fans will be delighted with that. It's TNB Wazzy, the South African, puts the Ferrari on pole. A bit of a surprise here, and the Ferrari fans are absolutely loving it as I look outside my commentary box window. Well, the World Cup started today in football sense, but the real celebrations are here at Monza. What a performance from Wazzy. He puts the Ferrari on pole. The Joker alongside him in second. Pagani is third. Fat Slag is fourth. Jack Gooding is fifth. Ritson is sixth. Danny seventh. On Wyatt eighth. 9th for TNBTW and 10th for FC Gran. Well, I wonder, Paul, if Storm Hector will follow us in the race, but it certainly allowed for a mixed up qualifying session, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's great to see the likes of Wazzy up there. He's 8th in the championship at the moment, so yeah, that is a real shock. And you know, yeah, he's in the Ferrari as well, so that'll do me very nicely, Andy, especially here at Monza.
Yeah, Paul, of course, a big Ferrari fan. And he will be hoping, we're not supposed to be biased in the commentary box, but of course, big Ferrari fan is Paul McGuinness, so he's not going to listen to that. So he'll be hoping for the South African to bring it home, and I'm sure Paul McGuinness will be the first man out of this commentary box and onto that racetrack for the podium ceremony, if that is the case, because as you know at Monza, it is a colourful affair and passionate affair on that podium, and they would love a Ferrari to be on the top step come the end of this race, Paul, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I've got my Ferrari flag ready. Again, I'm not being biased, but you know, I want to get down onto that circuit and enjoy myself, Andy. So we'll see. We've got 7 seconds till the formation up, so let's see what happens.
Well, I'm hoping for Jack Gooding. He is Scottish. He's got to try and well, yeah. He's kind of. Well, is he Scottish? No, he's tin pot Scottish, to be honest. But anyway, let's get the parade lap underway. Well, after that tweet he sent me earlier on today, I was disgusted with it, showing the Scottish national team in front of a television watching the World Cup. So for that reason, he's not really Scottish, and no, I don't want him to win. So I take that back, Jack, I'm afraid. But here we go. The formation lap is underway, and we can get a look, Paul, at what kind of tyres the drivers are going to be on, because, of course, as it was before, and as it's been many times before, the strategy can be really mixed up when you have a wet qualifying session, because everyone decides on different tyres, and boy oh boy, I see this quite often, but this really is true here. What a split we have here on tyres. It might actually be the perfect split. We've got how many? We've got 5 on super softs, 5 on mediums, and 8 on softs. So wow, 5 on super softs, 5 on mediums, 5 on softs. Quite a mix up there. But Wazzy at the top of the timesheets, he's gone for the supers. The Joker has gone for the softs in second position. Pagani, who starts third, has gone for the super softs. Fat Slag and Jack Gooding, the two Renault drivers, have gone for symmetry strategy, a similar strategy. They've both gone for the soft compound. Then Ritson and Danny in 6th and 7th have gone the long game. They're on medium tyres. Owen Wyatt in 8th is on the softs. TNB, DW and FC Gran have gone for the supers in 9th and 10th. Then outside the top 10, Acorn, medium tyres, Little Piece, soft tyres. Mr. Stem 13th on the softs. Low Racer on the supers, Carl Meds and Goody on the softs. And then it's a back row full of mediums. Nicolo and Roberto Mancini, the Italian, I presume he's Italian, is on the mediums. And if he is Italian, which I think he is with that name, I'm sure he'll be hoping for a better performance in the race, Paul.
Yep, he needs to pull that finger out, as the Italians would say. You can't. I was going to say Stefano Domenicali there, but it's Maurizio Arrivabeni's not very happy at that, even though he's not in the Ferrari, but still.
Okay.
Got that finger going.
Yeah, the Italians not pleased with that, but they have got a hero on pole position. TNB Wazi from South Africa. Can he deliver a glorious day for Italy here at Monza? The sunshine has come out, Storm Hector has disappeared, and we're all set for the start of the Italian Grand Prix. It's ILR3 here on Thursday night. Can the Ferrari fans out? And we are racing down towards turn 1. Wazi gets away brilliantly. It is one of the longest runs down to turn 1 on the calendar, and so far he's up to the test as they go down into the braking zone, and it is one lead. I've got a little bit of lag, and that now disappears as Pagani now jumps up into second. Joker is third and Jack Gooding is fourth as they exit the first chicane. And is there any drama? I think it's pretty clean, Paul McGuinness.
Yeah, I was having a look through the order. Everybody seems to have got through their pole running, so a very good start for the guys.
Yeah, very good start as Jack Gooding has now lost out again to Fat Slag. He had got the jump into turn 1, but Fat Slag is now back in front, and Wazi's off! Oh no! The Italian fans, the Ferrari fans, the Tifosi can't believe it! He's off in the gravel trap, and it's game over already for Wazi. What a shame! Listen to the noise, that's hearts thundering down to the floor in the grandstand, and that is a disaster for the Tifosi. And Paul McGuinness sitting next to me, a big Ferrari fan, he's got tears in his eyes. Paul, what's happened?
The pressure, that's the pressure of racing at Italy in a Ferrari has just got to Wazi, and what a disaster. The fans are absolutely disgusted at that one.
Oh, what a shame already out of the Grand Prix. I don't know if there was any contact. He has got slight front wing damage. I don't know if it was a tap with the wall after he went off the road that happened, but he was clearly out of shape on the exit of that second chicane on the run towards the Lesmo, and he has stuck it in the wall. Cold tyres, lots of fuel, and sometimes you end up with a few issues, and that's exactly what's happened as we ride on board with Ritson as he has a look at the other South African in the Grand Prix, TNB DW, and he very nearly had a sliver up the inside. Meanwhile, Owen Wyatt's getting involved. He's going side by side with Ritson. Busy looking at DW, he has to look behind them because here comes Owen Wyatt, the Northern Irishman, on the attack through Curva Grande. Ritson defends to the inside. That's not a good idea because Owen Wyatt will send one up the inside, will he? Oh, not quite enough room there, and Ritson just about clings on. Meanwhile, further down the field, you've got all sorts of action going on there. You've got Mr. Stem, you've got Little Piece and Acorn all dueling. I think Acorn's lost out to 2 places there in a couple of corners, so down he goes. And a bit of a disaster there in the midfield for Acorn, but all sorts of action going on in the early exchanges, and we can't even get a breath as Owen Wyatt attacks Ritson once again. Down towards Ascari they go, underneath the old circuit, side by side into Ascari of all places, and Ritson runs it wide. He's in trouble on the exit. Owen Wyatt will come slithering through and take the place. Ritson still out of shape, losing all traction on the exit of the corner, all momentum, and through goes FC Grun as well. And after Little Piece lost 2 places, the same has happened to Ritson.
Yep, there's a Toro Rosso around. Oh, he's collected that. Nice save. What was that?
Well, I'm not sure who it was, but meanwhile, Jack Gooding attacking the Joker. He's going to go round the outside of the Joker down into turn 1. Can he find a way through? The Joker won't leave him that much space, and Jack has got to try once more. It was one of the Toro Rossos that was round. I think it was Stem. Is that correct, Paul?
I think it was, yes. Yeah, I just had a wee lost grip at the wee end and had a nice wee drift around the Barabog there, but no damage, so we can continue.
Yeah, he continues on as FC Grun now continues to attack Owen Wyatt, who's been in the thick of things from the start of this Grand Prix, has Owen Wyatt, but he's unable to get away through there for FC Grun. He remains behind as Ritson now comes under even more pressure, this time Little Piece, and those medium tyres at this stage, Paul, not really the ideal tyre to be battling at this early stage, is it?
Definitely not. They've still to get grip, still to heat up, so we'll be waiting for the other tyres to go off, which should be about lap 9, I would say, when the super soft start going off a little, so we've still got 6 or so laps to try and keep up with the guys in front, and hopefully take advantage when we get out.
And then we've got another move going on. I've just missed the Joker get ahead of Fat Slag. I don't know what's happened there. That's allowed Jack Gooding to get onto his tail as FC Gran and Owen Wyatt continue this battle, which has really been a feature of the race so far. Owen Wyatt involved in all sorts of action, and he has to concede to the faster, super soft runner that is FC Gran. So they come out of the corner, and the final corner, the Parabolica, across the start-finish line, and the DRS is open for Owen Wyatt. He's going to come steaming back at him, isn't he? As Mr. Stem retires from the Grand Prix, Owen Wyatt up the inside, side by side they go into turn 1. Surely he'll outbreak the Toro Rosso. No, he won't. FC Gran holding on, but to no avail, and through goes Owen Wyatt. It was a stern fight from FC Gran. He nearly held on, Paul, but not enough.
Yeah, that was amazing defensive drive there. Almost kept the position, but I think he's going to attack now on the run down to the pause, yeah.
Oh, not quite.
Stays in behind, but look behind.
Yeah, all sorts of...
hats off behind him.
Yeah, I think that may have been lag that caused that there, so maybe some slight lag for a little piece, because he was right behind Ritson, and now he's dropped a full 1.5 seconds back. I don't know if there was a sort of a lag bubble or lag bump that happened there, I don't know, but little piece has dropped right off the tail of Ritson, and now Ritson can focus on the cars in front of him, and it's lap 4 out of 27 of what has been a hectic start to this Grand Prix. It is Pagani in the lead, it's the Joker in second, Fat Slag is third, Jack Gooding is fourth, it's fifth for TNB DW, then a 2.5 second gap back to what is turning into a colossal battle between Owen Wyatt, FC Gran, Ritson, Little Piece might even be getting involved soon as well. And then Goody in 10th with one final point. Nicolo outside the top 10. He's joined by Huberto Mancini and Acorn on those medium tyres, 12th and 13th. TNB Wazi 14th, Carmeds 15th. And we've just had a retirement there for Low Racer. What has happened to him? Paul, have you seen it? Oh, yes.
No. I think it's in the middle of the two Lesmos, is it not?
Yeah,
that's where he is.
That's a tough one, actually. I think you might... No. Where is that?
Yeah,
is that the Lesmos?
I think it is, yeah. Just after where Hamilton crashed in 2009, just...
Yeah, I didn't think...
Just right in between.
Perhaps, yeah, I didn't think there was grass there, but maybe. Oh well, Low Racer is out of the Grand Prix, and that's a shame for him. And yeah, you're right, it was just there. Absolutely spot on, Paul McGuinness. Yeah, he knows Monza. How am I to argue with a man that knows Monza like the back of his hand? How dare I? As Fat Slag now lines up the Joker. Now Fat Slag having a good race, isn't he, Paul? We're doing well.
Yeah, I heard he was on a bit of a diet before Monza during the break, so his pace seems to have got good at him. He was challenging the Joker, so we're looking to be shedding off more places. Well,
he's done well, has Fat Slag, but since he arrived in Monza, when I seen him in the paddock, he was scoffing down some spaghetti and pizza on Thursday when I seen him in the press conference. So hopefully he decides to come off that and continue his dieting. But yeah, I mean, Monza's not the best place. Italy is not the best place to try and be on a diet, because there's that much good food, Paul McGuinness, isn't there?
Yeah, for sure.
As Fat Slag. Oh, don't tell Fat Slag that, he'll be listening in. Doesn't want to be distracted, I should say, as Fat Slag has a look at the Joker into turn 1 and 2, but there's no way through. Is that TNB making a move? It is! TNB DW has passed Jack Gooding on those super soft tyres up into 4th place, and Jack Gooding has fell right off the tail of his teammate, hasn't he? Oh, has he made a mistake somewhere? Perhaps he has.
I think he would have made a mistake there, because it's not as if his tyres are going to be running, he's on the soft, so yeah, I think it was probably just a mistake with Jack.
Yeah, most likely a dip in the gravel trap with his tyres, because you get that quite often, don't you, at Monza, Paul? It is an old school circuit. Obviously they're trying to bring runoffs into this into Formula 1 more often. Monza less so than others, obviously. That second chicane's now been treated with given the runoff treatment, and part of the Parabolica has as well. But it is still a track where you can dip a wheel in the gravel quite easily, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very, very easy to make a mistake, especially out of those two Lesmos, one dip in the gravel, and you're heading towards the wall, which you've done. So yeah, I definitely love this circuit. It tests the men from the boys, and yeah, one of my favourites for sure, as you know, Andy.
Yeah, not only Of course, if you end up going out towards the wall and crashing, even dipping a wheel in the gravel and getting away with it's a problem, because you've got all these long straights. If you come out of a corner, dip a wheel in the gravel, that's you for the whole length of a straight, suffering. And maybe that's what happened to Jack Gooding, to lose all that time by just a simple mistake. And maybe that's why he's dropped right off that group and now fell into the clutches of TNBW and now been overtaken by TNBW. As Fat Slag now, Paul, begins to move himself closer and closer and closer to the Joker. Is he going to be making a move anytime soon as Pagani continues to stretch that lead out front?
Yeah, surely he'll line him up here through the two Lesmos and maybe get the DRS right as the Joker loses the rear end or two. Yeah, try after here.
Yeah, and the Joker, he got a wheel now on the grass there, on the curb, a little bit too far over onto the curb, onto the grass, and settled the rear, as you say, Paul. And Fat Slag can smell blood. He can see not only a car in front of him, he thinks that's a big chocolate cake that he wants to take a bite out of. He wants to get himself eating that position up, and here comes the Fat Slag. He's motoring now onto the tail of the Joker. The Joker defending the inside, and Fat Slag is going to pull alongside. Is there room for two along there? I'm not so sure when it's the Fat Slag, but he's going to try anyway. And round the outside. That's enough of the fat jokes, isn't it? I better lay off. But anyway, Fat Slag up towards the start-finish line on the Joker. Is he going to make that move? The DRS open now, and as you can see on the right hand side, he's got almost 5 laps of rich fuel in his pocket as he goes down the outside. The number 69, is Fat Slag just a banter driver? He's got number 69. What a guy. I love this guy. He's a fan favourite for me, Paul.
Yeah, no, for sure. The fans are absolutely loving him, the guys. Yeah, I was going to say something about it. I'm going to refrain from saying it. There's a lot of 69 in the crowd cheering him on, so
okay.
That could be taken the wrong way completely, and I do apologise.
Yeah, the number 69 is seen a lot in the crowd these days, and it's entirely in support of Fat Slag, in case you were wondering, folks. But Fat Slag, yeah, I mean, I was coming into the paddock on Thursday, and obviously you come through the paddock gates, and you always a lot of people wanting autographs. But Fat Slag, he was getting thousands of people asking for an autograph. And of course, he is a fan favourite amongst the fans, and of course the commentator as well. We all love a bit of Fat Slag as we watch Jack Gooding now line up TNBW coming out of the high-speed chicane. There is a scary, it is a really quick corner, isn't it, Paul? And as you say, if you get that one wrong at all, you are in the kitty litter, aren't you? Great corner.
Yeah, absolutely love it. I think was it Fitz went off there a couple of years ago, just outbroke himself and straight in there. So that is one of these corners that, if you get these slightly wrong, as you say, you get serious issues.
Certainly.
Jack's not even on the back of TNB yet, so he's got a lot of speed in that red wheel. He's like, whoa! As he nearly went into the back of him. He's pushing him around it.
He's pushing him, and that's quickly becoming a bit of a train, isn't it, now, behind TNBDW? You've got Jack in there, Owen Wyatt, FC Grun's not far away, Ritson and Little Piece all in a little duel as well. Nicolo's only a tenth or so behind Huberto Mancini, and is he going to try and go down the inside of Huberto Mancini? Here he goes, that side by side in the Force Indy. Is he going to make that move? No, he's not, and Mr. Mancini holds on, but he can't hold on to the rear of his car, and he goes sliding off, and Nicolo on those mediums moves up into 10th place, and the Italian at his home race will be happy. So Nicolo up to 10th place, and he'll be delighted in front of the home fans. He was concerned he might have missed a few of these races because Italy in the World Cup, but then he realised they didn't qualify. So, sorry Nicolo, mate, sorry. I mean, who am I to talk? We didn't qualify either. But Owen Wyatt on the attack of Jack Gooding. A little duel going on there for 6th position, Paul, and he's going to have a look into the parabolica. Not usually an overtaking place, but shut up, commentator. Owen Wyatt takes the place away from Jack Gooding with a daring move into the parabolica, and Jack Gooding, flustered by it, comes into the pits, and he has got slight wing damage, Paul, on the right end plate as he comes in.
Yeah, that was wow, that was a great move there by Owen. Not, as you say, not normally on the place where you overtake, but Jack with that front wing damage really couldn't defend that. So Owen is now up challenging TNBDW for 4th now. Yeah,
so let's have a quick look at that as I just quickly unplug a few things. The remote, as Acorn has now left the session, so out goes Acorn. So he's had enough, and 15th becomes retirement for him. It wasn't going well anyway, as we go back to what is quickly becoming a feature of the race, this midfield battle. But Fat Slag, is he moving into position this time, Paul, for a move on the Joker as they come out of the second Lesmo? Oh, and the Joker was squirming all over the place coming out of there, and now they head down towards the Scary, and once again Fat Slag is in position for a move as the Renault closes up onto the back of the Joker into a Scary, but once again he runs out of straight, and the Joker also seemingly having a bit of straight line speed. Do you think maybe it's a case that Renault don't have a lot of straight line speed? We've seen Jack struggle in a straight line, never seen the same with Fat Slag, Paul. Could be similar setups.
Yeah, I wonder if the Renault guys have shared their setups, because, as you say, they don't really seem to have a lot of straight line speed here, and that's quite an issue, although the mid-sector is, we do need a bit of downforce there, but this does not seem to be closing at all. I think we are race wide open.
Yeah, it's not working well for the Renault drivers at Monza at the moment, but a little piece, he was attacking Ritson there into the Parabolica. He looked like he got the move done, but Ritson fighting back as he went side by side through there as a Red Bull has gone really deep. Who is that? That's Owen Wyatt and FC Gran in the Toro Rosso. Francis pulling alongside, and here he goes through Curva Grande. Oh, this is Vettel Alonso stuff now, isn't it, Paul? We spoke about it earlier in the show, and here goes FC Gran. Is he going to complete the move on the brakes? He is, and that was lovely, lovely move. Textbook stuff, Paul, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, but is he coming back on? No, boy, he's going to go switch back there and come back, but no, that's a very good move there from FC Gran, but I wouldn't write off Owen. Probably looking at this guy, but he has been charged now by Ritson and Hutton's behind him, so this could get interesting. Yeah,
you would think now that FC Gran would start to come under pressure. Actually, he just made that move on Wyatt, but you'd expect him as the super soft start to start to struggle. Oh, maybe that is a sign now. Oh, that's going to get close. We might have gone 3 or 4 wide down the straight a few moments out of the trees. We are going 3 wide. What a battle that is, and the 3 of them are off into the barrier. FC Gran is out of the race. Owen Wyatt carries on, and out went Ritson as well, and that is an absolute shambles on the run down towards the Parabolica. 3 cars into 1, simply doesn't go. Out goes Ritson, out goes FC Gran, and Owen Wyatt is pretty much out as well, Paul. How did you judge that one?
Yeah, that reminded me of an incident I had a couple of years ago. And
oh yeah.
you'll know the one I'm talking about, yeah. But I think it was just a case of just nobody giving each other enough space there, and all 3 of them wiped out.
Yeah.
Well, I say that Owen's in the pits getting out in the front line, but definitely Ritson and Gran are out, that's for sure.
Yeah, there you go. There's the melee down there. FC Gran on one side of the road, Ritson on the other, and they're now both out of the Grand Prix. They join Acorn, Low Racer, Mr. Stem and Danny on the sidelines as we now go to Gilberto Mancini, who's back on the tail of Nicolo. And yeah, that's a shame to see that happen, Paul, because those 3 were giving us a really exciting race, weren't they? And to have them all pretty much wiped out of contention is a real shame. It all just came to a head. And I think it was a case that the car that went through the middle ended up getting squeezed into a gap that wasn't, you know, he was kind of driving into a wedge, perhaps you could say, or do you feel maybe he should have been left this space because he was there? Maybe both drivers on either side didn't know he was coming through the middle and they both closed the door. Strange one, Paul. What do you think? Did just 3 into 1 doesn't go?
Yeah, to be honest, it was a bit of a risk going down the middle of both of them.
Yeah.
Could have waited until the DRS straight to get past. I think it's just a case of being a little bit too impatient and they were trying to move. It was ultimately too risky.
Yeah, there's a real shame as we watch Gilberto Mancini attack Nicolo into turn 1, but there is no way through as they go through the exit of that chicane and head down towards Curva Grande. And the pit stops are starting to take place. It's a shame we've lost those 3 cars. Many drivers have been in. Pagani, Pagani's been in, Fat Slav's been in, TNB DW's been in, Jack Gooding has been in, Goody has been in as well, Owen Wyatt, TNB Wazzy and Acorn have all been in the pits. We still await a pit stop from the Joker, Little Piece, Nicolo, Gilberto Mancini, Carl Neds, and that is your lot. It's lap 13 out of 27. It's been a breathtaking opening few laps. We reached the halfway stage almost. Have we got a car off? We do. Little Piece has crashed. And Paul, you mentioned this earlier on in the show. If you find yourself running out wide on the exit of the second Lesmo, you can end up getting spat out into a barrier. And I think that's exactly what's happened to Little Piece, Paul.
Yeah, it looks like it. Just going wide dipping your wheel into the gravel, as you're saying, that's you, round into the wall. And I think now he's got no front wing as he understeers right into the Scary.
Yep. Problems mounting up for Little Piece, and that's a real shame for him. His race has unravelled completely, and you know what, all this chaos might bring TNB back into the points, you know. He might get something out of this Grand Prix and might give the Tifosi something to cheer about, but it's been a long while since we spoke about him. It was all about him in qualifying, it was all about him in pre-race, and it's just totally fell apart for him, and that's a real shame, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. Waz has been practicing the whole week. I've been having a chat with him, and he was quite hyped about this race. Didn't want to qualify in the midfield. He says he's going for pole. That's what he's done. But yeah, the races just fell apart from him. But we've still got half the race to go, so still plenty of opportunity to make up some positions.
Yep, there sure is, as we now ride on board with Nicolo, who's slowly on those medium tyres, been going about his business. He and Huberto have both been climbing through the field. They've not really been getting involved in any crazy racing, Paul. Oh, what's happened? What do you see?
Never mind. No, I just seen the Joker and nearly losing it at the Scary there.
Okay.
Thought he collected it. He's definitely pushing. I wonder if he's coming in a slot. He's pushing those tires.
Let's have a little look at the Joker. It might be getting on towards time for those super softs, because obviously, given that there's not many corners on this circuit, that you can obviously do 14 laps and then do 13 on super softs. There wouldn't be much in it in the tyres in terms of degradation, which is why, Paul, I'm a wee bit surprised that a lot of drivers tried the medium. I'm a bit surprised by that one. So the Joker in on the softs, Nicolo in on the mediums. I presume they're both going to go, well, Nicolo might actually go conservative and go for softs. Let's see what he does. He does indeed. And the Joker went for mediums as well, so there you go. Maybe you can't put a set of super softs on and go to the end. I'm actually a little bit surprised by that, you know.
Definitely. Softs on.
Yeah, I don't know. Strange one, but the Joker on the medium compound tyre. Jack Gooding on the medium as well now, and he's right on the tail. What's happened there? How is Jack Gooding right on the tail of the Joker here, Paul?
Wow, Jack must have had a mighty stint on
the Joker. Oh, either that or the Joker's had an absolute disaster. Has he been off the road somewhere at some point, or have those softs just been horrendous to him? He's lost out so many places, hasn't he? He was up in second position earlier on, was he not?
Yeah, well, as I went on board with him, he was sliding all over the place, so maybe he's just dipped away in the gravel somewhere, or just literally having a grip. And now he's falling into clutches of the likes of Jack and Nico, etc.
Yeah, well, it's not worked out, but he might be playing the long game to try and get himself back into this race. I'm not quite sure. Apologies if you heard anything there. My mum came into the room to ask me what I thought of her dress, and I was commentating, so get out. So apologies if you didn't quite, if I missed something in the pit stops there as to why that happened. If it was a front wing change, I'm not sure, but Pagani is going to be the net leader as Gilberto Mancini carries on those mediums, Paul, and he is doing the strategy I suspected many would. Play it out long on the mediums and then go on to a set of the super sauce. I think maybe Nicolo thought, well, if I can't pass him on the road, I better change the strategy, undercut him and go into the soft ball. That must be his plan.
Yeah, try and get the undercut, but I would think Roberto Mancini will be in the next couple of laps. Those mediums look as if they're raining a wee bit. You can see the line down the car, so he is losing quite a bit of grip on now, so I would expect to see him in pretty soon, but yeah, hopefully that's what Nicolo's trying, the undercut on those soft cars, as you say.
Yeah, he probably will do it though, I would have thought, given what we've seen already from the Joker. I mean, the gap 21.1 at the moment between Gilberto Mancini and Nicolo, and coming down slowly. Will Gilberto feel the need to come in now and put a set of super sauce? You would probably feel, Paul, it's around about now you would do that, isn't it?
Yeah, come in just now, well, maybe another 2 laps, I would say, and then come in, put on a set of super softs, and you should be able to go to the end on that, because he come in, and stays out, so at least another lap for him, but need to watch the gap to Nicolo.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that. The gap now between those two is at 20.3 as we watch TNBDW and the Joker go battling down into Parabolica, and on the exit of the Parabolica it appears the Joker on a charge has found his way through, and he propels himself on those fresh medium tyres up into 4th place, and he's a man on a mission, Paul, isn't he? Can he get himself back up into contention for a podium? And look at this, a late launch from DW. He's in a Red Bull, he's trying a Daniel Ricciardo, but unfortunately he can't quite pull it off, and Jack Gooding right there as well in that tussle. And Nicolo, this is not what he needs to be doing at the moment, battling with these guys when he's trying to get ahead of Gilberto.
Yeah, no indeed, they were looking to get past Jack ASAP. As, I think DW up ahead was trying to overtake there on the Joker.
Yeah, he tried to lick the stamp once more, and once again the stamp came up dry, so there was no way through for DW there. The stamp didn't stick to the envelope, I'm afraid, and DW leaves himself behind at the moment. But this is shaping up to be a cracking battle, isn't it? We wonder where Gilberto will come out onto all this. You would think, Paul, at the back of it all, and if that is the case, when he puts on a set of super softs, he'll be coming rampaging through this field, won't he?
Yeah, indeed, they'll be on a mission at the end of the race. But these guys are all battling, so they'll not really want to come out behind him, but that's the way he's looking at the moment, as he's actually in the pits now, Andy.
Yep, Nicolo and Goody in that gap there. There's around 3.5 seconds between Nicolo and Goody. He'll be wanting to make sure he's out in front of Goody, because if he's not, that will make things an uphill challenge, and there's all sorts of action going on down the pit straight. Where is Gilberto coming out? Remember, Gilberto was doing 50 miles an hour. The rest of them are doing about 200 miles an hour, so surely he's going to be out behind them, and indeed he is. But is he ahead of Goody? He's not even going to be ahead of Goody, and that is a sore one to take. And maybe even Owen Wyatt as well, yes. Owen Wyatt is through, but he overcooks it in his quest to get ahead, runs off the road, and then finds himself behind Gilberto Mancini. So at the very least, a crisis isn't as bad a crisis as we thought. As Wazzy now up into 9th place, Paul.
Yeah, no, I was about to say that. Wazzy's coming, he's now right behind the likes of Gilberto and Goody, so that's been a good couple of laps from Wazzy there.
I'll tell you what, if Gilberto can get his skates on, there's a real chance of a top 4 result here. It is a right scrap for 4th position as Gilberto has a look at Goody. He needs to get this move done ASAP. Nicolo was having a look at Jack Gooding on that lap into the 2nd chicane. There was no way through. Nicolo again having a look at Jack Gooding in the run down to Ascari. Is he finding a way through? No, he is not. What about Gilberto? Is he finding a way through on Goody? And agonisingly for him, he's not. But Goody not too quick on those medium tyres through there. Fresh boots, fresh super softs on Gilberto, and you've got to fancy he'll be completing this move, Paul McGuinness, in the not too distant future, if not into Parabolica, surely down into turn 1 in the next lap.
Yeah, surely into turn 1. Look at the exit he's getting here compared to Goody, so he'll be on the DRS just in a couple of seconds, and yeah, he's definitely going to get this move down into turn 1.
We're going to have a quick look up ahead, Paul, because Jack Gooding might have a 3-way tussle down the straight here. We've got Jack Gooding under pressure. Here DNW under pressure, and Jack Gooding is through, is he? Oh, he's not quite through, and that might allow Nicolo to get a nibble as well. Please don't come together like the 3 Musketeers earlier on in the Grand Prix. Please don't do that. And it looks like Jack Gooding is going to get himself through. Will they be the 3 wise men, or are they going to end up like the 3 idiots earlier on? And DNBDW runs off the road. Jack Gooding, runs off the road. DNBW takes the corner. Jack Gooding tries to let him go and slows down Nicolo in the process. And DW says, thank you very much. Order restored, Paul McGuinness, from what it was at the start of the lap.
Yeah. Oh, Jack was like, yeah, I wonder if Jack was just letting DW through there after obviously cutting the chicane, so that's good sportsmanship there from Jack. Yep. Let him through.
Absolutely, but this battle was allowing Goody to close. He might have Wazzy all over him. In fact, what's happened there? Oh, Gilberto's already gone. Gilberto's already there. And look at this battle down the straight. This is insane. And they're almost 4 wide going down the straight. Look at that, what scene's going into the Parabolica. And is still Wazzy in front. Look at Gilberto steaming round the outside of the pair of them. Up into 5th place. Goodness me, that man is on a mission. He's flying. New fastest lap, 1:22.9, while overtaking people into the Parabolica. He's not finished there. He dispatches DW with ease and moves up into 4th place much quicker, Paul, than I thought he would. That's incredible.
That was absolutely insane. What a couple of corners from Gilberto there. Jeez.
A man on a mission, and we said at the start of the race, can the Italians have something to cheer about from Huberto at the back of the pack? He said he needs to pull his finger out, Paul. He sure has here. What a performance, up to 4th place. Is it a driver of the day worthy performance? Is DW got a little bit touchy with Nicolo's rear end and finds himself going for a spin down there at the second chicane, and he undoes all his good work. 4th position, looked to stick on earlier on, Paul. He's not even going to get a point anymore.
No, the TNB boys aren't having a good race here. But yeah, I'm gutted for DW. It's getting in the chat, he was saying he's looking forward to this race, so I don't think he's going to be enjoying it much now. That's for sure.
Yeah, no points by the looks of it at the moment, but a race of 2 halves for the TNB boys. One had a good first half, the other had a poor first half, then the other is having a good second half, the other has had a complete disaster of a second half. DW moving down to 11th, and Wazzy now up into 7th place by the looks of things, and he's on a charge here. He might not get up to Huberto, who can see that man's on a mission. He might get up to 5th place, as Nicolo is now ahead of Jack Gooding as well in all these scenes. So Nicolo putting in a good performance too. So I mean that medium tyre first stint, that clean first stint from Huberto and Nicolo has worked wonders for them up to 4th and 5th. That's a superb job, isn't it?
For sure. Got their heads down, kept the consistency, and yeah, now they're finding themselves at the front end of the field. So yeah, good drive there from Nicolo and Huberto. That man is just what a couple of laps from that man, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, Huberto Mancini, what a drive that is. He's up 14 places, Paul, from his starting position from very last place. A real contender for driver of the day alongside Nicolo and perhaps Pagani as well, given that he started third, up 2 places. Fatzlang doing a good job as well. But when it comes to spectacular drives, you've got to look no further than Huberto Mancini. I'm sure, Paul, you would agree that's got to be the driver of the day.
Definitely, and he's only now 1.5 behind the Joker, so
wow.
Good to see him on the podium. There's only 4 laps to go, so I'm sure he'll get there, Andy.
Well, the Italians might just have something to cheer. I'm actually going to. I've been saying he's Italian, presuming because of his name. Is he Italian? He's actually Welsh.
Right, no difference, Andy.
How is that Welsh? Okay, oh there you go, he's Welsh. So we want to have an Italian on the podium. Huberto Mancini, the Welshman, on a charge up into 4th position. I mean, it does sound pretty Italian. I don't know what's going on there, but okay, fair enough, Huberto, fair enough. Huberto, the Welshman, up into 4th place, so the Italians won't have anything to cheer about now that they know he's Welsh. They've all packed up and left the stands, and the stands are now empty. Now they know he's Welsh, so that's a shame. So Huberto in 4th place as he's closing down on the Joker, 1 second away from snatching that position from the Joker, and looking good to get it at the moment, Paul. Odds on to make 15 places up.
Yep, definitely. He's only 8/10 behind now, so he's definitely going to close in doing this straight and down towards Parabolka, so he might line up into turn 1 of the next lap, but no, and he's definitely, surely the odds are on to get him for the end of the race.
Yep, he should do, and here he comes. Look at this. He doesn't mess about, does he, Paul? He gets the moves done. Bread and butter through and easy. Look at that, here he comes. Bread and butter moves, just slicing through them all. And is he going to get another one in his pocket here, down towards turn 1? He doesn't hang about, and the Joker's probably been told that on the radio, that the Huberto Mancini, the Welshman, for the record, does not mess around. And is he going to make that move into turn 1? Not on this occasion, as we get a little bit of a lag spike there. And thankfully it didn't affect the cars battling on track. So out of that first chicane and down towards Curva Grande they go. Huberto Mancini moving into position behind the Joker, and surely that podium position is his, Paul. Where's the best place to do it, do you think?
Definitely I would say on the run down to the Parabolka, but we have seen moves down in Cascari before, and even here in the West News, so the way Huberto's driving, I think anywhere's really possible for an overtake.
Yeah, he'll probably go down at the Parabolka and stick it round the outside again, won't he? I mean, that was crazy, while setting a fastest lap. But here we go, down towards Ascari, and is this the moment that Huberto Mancini makes a name for himself by picking up a sensational podium from the back of the grid? Here we go, through the Ascari chicane they go, and he is on an absolute charge. Here we go, opening up right onto the tail of the Joker here. No DRS yet, that will come in a moment. Will he even need it? He's going to try into the parabolica once again. Not quite. He thinks better of it. He's a wise man, isn't he, Paul? He knows there's a chance coming right now as he lines himself up, winding his way through the parabolica. A bit sneaky there. Both drivers shuggling their cars around at over 200 miles an hour. You don't want to be doing that here at Monza. And the Joker defends the inside. How late does Gilberto dare to brake as the Joker moves over? Oh, that was very close to being in the braking zone, that move over. It was tight, wasn't it, Paul? I think he might just get away with that, though.
Yeah, he definitely been fringing me as he outbraked himself there into Come on, almost, but you know what, Joker's putting up quite a fight here, so maybe it won't be as easy as we thought if we get past.
Yeah, maybe not. We've seen Fat Slag had problems trying to get past the Joker as well, didn't we? So maybe that Sauber is just set up so well in a straight line, and Gilberto might have to redouble his efforts. He hasn't got much fuel to burn, Paul. He's only plus 0.19, so it's not going to be easy for him. Mind you, the car in front is in the same boat, so not easy for Mr. Mancini to make that move. He's not got all the tools available to him in his pocket, in that steering wheel. He's not got rich fuel available. Well, he can use it, but he doesn't have much fuel to burn. So here we go, out of Ascari and down towards the parabolica, and once again the Joker just opening away as Gilberto is actually running in the lead at the moment, Paul. He realises he'll just pick up the tow, forget about trying to make a move, and worry about it when he's got enough fuel to make it work.
Yeah, he'll be saving up his fuel for one lap dash, I would think, so he can get past his hold up 2 laps to go.
Yeah, very wise from Gilberto Mancini though, isn't it? Very clever. As we've got action further down the field, do we? Nicolo, what's happened there? Has he been off the road?
I think he was off the road at the exit of the parabolica, from what I can see there.
And he's dropped down a full 3 places, and that's a sore one to take for him, is it? Owen Wyatt, he deserves a special mention after being involved in the demolition derby mid-race. He has got himself back up into 7th position, so hats off to him for getting himself back into contention. But yeah, we've said already, Paul, one little wheel in the gravel trap at Monza and you're going to lose all sorts of time in a straight line, aren't you? So that's probably what's happened to Nicolo. 3 places gone, one little wheel in a gravel trap, and that's what happens as Gilberto is now right on the tail of the Joker, and he's saved that fuel up and he's ready to burn it. So here comes the Joker under pressure from Gilberto Mancini in that Mercedes. Underneath the old Monza circuit they go with the banking. And down towards Ascari, the Joker with that silver arrow right in his mirrors on the exit of the corner. Now down towards the parabolica they go. Is there any way he can defend from this charging Mercedes car? The Sauber defends the middle of the road, leaves Gilberto indecisive of where he needs to go, but in the end as they hit the brakes there's no way through. What about on the exit? Winding up through the gears, up to 6th, into 7th, into 8th gear. The DRS will open up any moment now. There it goes. And now the Joker under real pressure on the run towards turn 1, over 210 miles an hour. Is he finally going to make it stick on the brakes? Up the inside he goes. The Joker brakes late, runs off the road, and surely Gilberto on the exit of the corner will complete the move. No, he won't. How has he still got traction in that Mercedes as he almost pushes him out towards the grass there, Paul?
Yeah, that, there's a little bit of contact. It's a bit of lag, never mind. But here goes Joker back up the inside. Oh,
contact between them, and Gilberto has to skip across the chicane, but I suppose he's just watched the Joker skip across the chicane to defend his place, so I think that's quits there, Paul, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fair play between them both.
Yep, and lap 26 now out of 27, and that should settle that. Gilberto Mancini up 15 places and pretty much confirming, Paul, his driver of the day stance as Wazzy's now up to 6th.
Yeah, he was running a bit wide here on the exit of the Rosia chicane, so I don't think he lost too much time though. But yeah, no, brilliant recovery from Wazzy.
Yep. Yeah, it's a case of what might have been for him today, isn't it, Paul? A real shame for him as Nicolo is fading now behind Owen Wyatt. He's not quite getting into position as Owen Wyatt's recovery drive continues. He's actually now, it's a tale of 2 recoveries here between Wazzy and Owen Wyatt, both on a bit of a recovery charge. Which will come out on top? Can Owen Wyatt get himself back in front of Wazzy before the end of this Grand Prix? Remember, Wazzy spinning on the opening lap of the Grand Prix down at that second chicane just before the Lesmos, and ruining all hopes of a Ferrari victory here at Monza, and reducing my co-commentator Paul McGuinness to tears. And a real shame for Wazzy as Pagani starts the final lap, lap 27 out of 27. It's been a great race, Paul. I've really enjoyed it. A lot of action in the midfield, plenty of drama. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And the driver of the day, of course, Roberto Mancini as well.
Yeah, definitely, but the action may not be over yet. Faxlag's only 6.5 tenths now behind Pagani as we come into the final part of the lap. And
yep, he is, but I don't think he's going to have any time to do it. I mean, I don't know what's happened to Pagani. Maybe he's just slowed right down, eased off it, and realised I don't want to make any mistakes. So if he keeps it clean out of this final corner, he should be safe with the victory in his pocket. Faxlag doing everything he can, but it's too little, it's too late. Pagani picked up the lead on the opening lap and never looked back. He wins the Italian Grand Prix for McLaren. A superb drive. Faxlag is second, and the driver of the day from last, 18th of the grid, up 15 places, Roberto Mancini is going to come home third. But we need to watch Wazzy and Owen Wyatt, and Owen Wyatt has got himself ahead of Wazzy in that final lap somewhere, and he's going to get 6th place in the run to the line. He's through and done it. And there is all the penalties sorting himself out. And in fact, Roberto has lost his podium.
oh, still, 4th place is still a really good effort though, but yeah, that's a bit of a disaster there, losing out on that podium.
It's a shame. It's a real shame. And Wazzy, actually, as a result of not picking up any penalties, I don't think, has managed to get himself 10 points in 5th place, Paul. That's a superb recovery there. But I've still got to give Roberto driver of the day from the back of the grid, Paul. Agreed?
Yeah, no, definitely, 100%. We've seen his moves on the stream, and you know what, he was decisive, he was aggressive, but he was fair. So yeah, really, really good drive.
Yep, hats off to him. There's your final results then, as the penalties sort themselves out. Pagani 92 winning here at Monza, and a fantastic race, plenty of action going on. It was Faxlag second. He ran him close on the final laps, the closing laps. Obviously Pagani maybe laid off a little bit, kept it cautious, kept it clean, and just about did enough in the end to secure that result. There you go. We'll just give you the results in a few moments' time, and the podium as well. But a good drive from Pagani, Paul, and deserving winner, wasn't it? It was a clean race from him.
Yeah, I think that's his second back-to-back win there. I think he won last time out in Belgium, his first ever win. So he's on a roll at the moment, Andy. He's going 2 back-to-back victories.
Yeah, well done to him. You can see he's absolutely delighted with that. And we're better, Paul, to win a race than here at Monza. What scenes there is down there on the racetrack. Fantastic place to come and get yourself on the podium. All those Ferrari fans. Unfortunately, no Ferraris up there, Paul, and I'm sorry you're still in the commentary box. I know you'd rather be down there, but it wasn't to be today. But there it is, the Italian Grand Prix, the final result. Pagani 92 winning from 3rd place in the grid. Faxlag from 4th in the grid comes home second. Very nearly edged out Pagani on that final lap. The Joker was 3rd. Disappointing from him, really, given he started second, and his pole-sitting rival ended up behind him. So not a good day for the Joker. Roberto Mancini, he was 4th. The Welshman, not the Italian, the Welshman. What a drive from 18th on the grid. Wazzy, great recovery, but he will know that's a big chance gone in 5th position there. Jack Gooding, he was 6th, his penalty dropped him down. Owen Wyatt was 7th, good recovery from him as well. Nicola was 8th, he'll be ruining that late error in the Grand Prix, dropping him down 3 places. Goody 2K7, he was 9th, and Carl Med, a quiet race for him, he came home in 10th. Agony for TNB DW, he was in the points, running well and 4th at one point, Paul, before it ended with no points at all.
Yeah, they'll be gutted with that one. Really gutted. He was doing a really good job up in 4th, and you know, just lost it on the exit of the chicane, or he get hit. I can't remember what one it was, but
I think he clipped in. I think second chicane he clipped the back of Nicolo. I think he was trying too hard to make a move, perhaps. I think it was, and ended up going round in a spin. We lost, of course, Richard and Gran in the one heavy accident. I've got a great camera angle of that. That one might be heading to Twitter. Oh, that was some action there. So yeah, it was a great race. I really enjoyed it, Paul. A pleasure to commentate ILR3, refreshing and exciting as well. A good advert for the league, some good moves, and unfortunately with that racing incident, really, Paul, wasn't it? On that back straight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of the classic ILR races, action everywhere you look, and yeah, some crashes to go with that, Andy.
Yep. Well, that wraps it up here at the Italian Grand Prix in Monza. Me and Paul are off to Milan. Well, Paul's off to his bed. I mean, he was hoping to party with the Ferrari boys, but it's not worked out for him. So we'll head off and take Storm Hector with us to the next Grand Prix, which I believe will be Singapore, Paul. Is that correct? I think it is Singapore. Yep. So yeah, me and Paul take Storm Hector there. I mean, I was at the Singapore Grand Prix last year and I took Storm Hector to that one, so there you go. So there you go. We'll take the tough storm to the next race. Next time, me and Paul in the commentary box, guaranteed rain. So ensure you practice for the wet weather. Anyway, that wraps it up. That's myself. That's Paul McGuinness, the two Scotsmen in the commentary box. It was a cracking race. Well done to Pagani. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye.